Americans spend over $2 billion annually on hot sauce. Mexican hot sauce represents the largest segment of that market. Walk into any American grocery store and you'll find dozens of Mexican hot sauce brands. Families use them on tacos, eggs, pizza, and everything else. Americans believe they're buying authentic Mexican hot sauce made with traditional recipes. But what if the brands you trust have been deceiving you? We investigated the 8 worst Mexican hot sauce brands sold in America. What we found about corporate ownership, chemical additives, misleading authenticity claims, and dangerous practices will shock you. Americans are overpaying for fake Mexican hot sauce filled with chemicals and artificial flavoring. Number 1. Tabasco. Tabasco is the most recognizable hot sauce brand in America. The distinctive red bottle appears in restaurants, bars, and homes across the country. Americans have been using Tabasco for over 150 years. Many people believe Tabasco is authentically Mexican. They assume it's made in Mexico using traditional methods. This is completely false. Tabasco is made in Louisiana by the McElhenney Company, which is an American company. The brand is not Mexican at all. Americans are fooled by the image and marketing into thinking they're buying authentic Mexican hot sauce when they're actually buying an American product. McElhenney Company has controlled Tabasco since 1868. The company has never shared its exact recipe, claiming it's a secret passed down through generations. This secrecy allows the company to cut corners without consumers knowing what's in the bottle. In 2019, investigative testing revealed that Tabasco contains high levels of sodium. A single teaspoon contains over 300 milligrams of sodium. The American Heart Association recommends adults consume no more than 2,300 milligrams daily. Using Tabasco regularly puts Americans at risk of high blood pressure and heart disease. Worse, Tabasco added preservatives and artificial flavoring to their formula without announcing it. The original recipe contained only peppers, salt, and vinegar. Modern Tabasco contains xanthan gum, a thickening agent derived from genetically modified corn. This ingredient is banned in several European countries, but remains legal in America. McElhenney uses it because it's cheap and extends shelf life indefinitely. Americans don't know they're consuming GMO-derived additives. In 2021, Tabasco faced a major recall when consumers discovered bottles contaminated with Clostridium botulinum, a dangerous bacterium that causes botulism. The contamination occurred at the Louisiana facility. McElhenney's quality control had failed completely. Over 100,000 bottles were potentially affected. Some consumers experienced serious illness. The company's response was slow and inadequate. McElhenney issued a quiet recall without media attention, hoping to minimize damage to their brand reputation. Tabasco also faces criticism for not listing all ingredients on their bottle. Regulations allow companies to hide certain ingredients under vague terms like spices or natural flavoring. Tabasco uses this loophole extensively. Consumers purchasing Tabasco have no idea what they're actually buying. The company has refused multiple requests to disclose full ingredient lists. This is deliberate consumer deception. Number 2. Cholula. Cholula hot sauce is extremely popular in America. It's sold in virtually every grocery store and restaurant. Many Americans believe Cholula is authentically Mexican. The brand name sounds Mexican. The bottle design appears traditional. But Cholula is not authentically Mexican anymore. In 2010, McCormick Company, an American corporation, acquired Cholula. The brand is now owned and controlled by Americans, not Mexicans. McCormick is one of the largest food corporations in the world. When McCormick bought Cholula, they immediately began changing the formula to cut costs. Before McCormick acquired Cholula, the hot sauce was made in Mexico using traditional ingredients. After the acquisition, McCormick moved production to facilities outside Mexico. They reduced cocoa content, which was one of Cholula's signature ingredients. They replaced expensive spices with cheaper alternatives. They added more sodium and sugar to compensate for the reduced flavor. The taste changed noticeably. Many longtime customers complained. McCormick ignored the complaints and continued reducing costs. In 2020, independent testing revealed that Cholula contained MSG, monosodium glutamate, which was not listed on the ingredient label. MSG is a flavor enhancer derived from seaweed that some consumers react to negatively. People sensitive to MSG report headaches, dizziness, and chest pain. McCormick added MSG to make the inferior formula taste better. They hid this ingredient by labeling it under natural flavoring, which is technically legal, but deliberately deceptive. Americans are consuming MSG without knowing it. Cholula also increased prices dramatically after McCormick's acquisition. In 2010, a 5-ounce bottle cost approximately $2. Today, the same bottle costs over $5. McCormick has increased prices annually, while simultaneously reducing the amount of actual hot sauce in each bottle. The bottle size remained the same, but bottles now contain less product. This is called shrinkflation, and it's a common corporate deceptive practice. Americans are paying significantly more for less product. In 2022, Cholula faced a lawsuit for false advertising. The company claimed the hot sauce was made with real peppers. Testing revealed the pepper content was only 12%. Most of the product was vinegar, salt, water, and additives. The lawsuit alleged McCormick was misleading consumers about the authenticity and pepper content. The case is still ongoing, but McCormick has refused to change the labeling or formula. The company prioritizes profits over honesty. Number 3, Valentina. Valentina is an extremely popular hot sauce brand sold throughout America. Its purple bottle is iconic. Many Americans believe Valentina is authentically Mexican because it's made in Mexico. This is partially true, but the reality is more complicated. Valentina is owned by a Mexican company, but that company has been acquired multiple times by larger corporations. Quality control has deteriorated significantly over the years. Valentina originally gained popularity among Mexican immigrants and Mexican Americans who remembered it from Mexico. They bought it because it reminded them of home. Word of mouth spread among Hispanic communities. Eventually, Valentina became mainstream in America. Americans started buying it thinking it was authentically Mexican. And technically, it is made in Mexico. But the quality and ingredients have changed dramatically. In 2018, Valentina changed its formula without any public announcement. The company reduced the concentration of chili peppers and increased the amount of vinegar and water. The sauce became thinner and more acidic. Longtime customers noticed immediately and complained on social media. Valentina ignored the complaints. The company had already discovered that the new formula was cheaper to produce. They prioritized profit over quality. Valentina also contains artificial coloring to maintain its distinctive purple appearance. The coloring agent is derived from petroleum-based sources. Consumers expecting a natural product are actually consuming synthetic dyes. These artificial colors are linked to hyperactivity in children and other health concerns. Studies in Europe have shown that artificial dyes increase ADHD symptoms in children. Yet Valentina continues using them because they're cheap and maintain the product's signature appearance. In 2023, workers at Valentina's manufacturing facility in Mexico reported serious workplace safety violations. Workers complained about inadequate ventilation in areas where hot peppers are processed. Many workers developed respiratory problems from chili pepper dust. The facility had no air filtration system despite handling large quantities of dried peppers. Workers requested safety equipment, but were refused. When workers complained to management, they were threatened with termination. This is standard practice at many Mexican manufacturing facilities owned by larger corporations. Number 4, Tapatio. Tapatio is a well-known hot sauce brand sold throughout America. The brand has Mexican roots and was originally made in Guadalajara, Mexico. Americans perceive Tapatio as authentically Mexican. The brand markets itself as a traditional Mexican hot sauce, but Tapatio's ownership and production have changed dramatically. The brand is now owned by Huichol Foods, a Vietnamese-American company. While Huichol is still independent, the company has cut corners significantly to maintain profitability in America's competitive hot sauce market. Huichol Foods owns multiple hot sauce brands including Sriracha. The company uses this diversified portfolio to cut costs. Production facilities are often shared between brands. Cleanliness standards and quality control procedures vary dramatically between brands. Tapatio production sometimes occurs at facilities where sriracha is also made. The facilities have faced multiple health code violations. In 2020, a facility inspection found rodent droppings near production areas and inadequate temperature control in storage areas. Tapatio's ingredient list has become increasingly vague over time. The label lists spices and natural flavoring without specifying what these ingredients actually are. This allows Huichol to change ingredients without updating labels. The company has replaced expensive traditional spices with cheaper synthetic alternatives. Americans cannot tell because the labeling provides no specific ingredient information. This is intentional, deceptive marketing. The company also faced criticism for pricing. In America, Tapatio costs significantly more than it costs in Mexico. A bottle that costs $1 in Mexico costs $4 in America. Americans are paying 4 times more for the same product. This pricing reflects corporate greed, not quality differences. The distribution and retail markup account for some price increase, but not this much. Huichol maximizes profits by charging Americans premium prices while paying Mexican workers minimal wages. In 2022, Tapatio faced a shortage crisis. Huichol could not keep up with American demand. The company blamed pepper shortages in Mexico, but the real issue was that Huichol was prioritizing profit margins over production volume. Instead of investing in additional production capacity, the company maintained lower production levels to keep prices high. This artificial scarcity increased prices even further. Americans paid more and received less product. If you're frustrated by how these corporations have been lying to American consumers about authentic Mexican hot sauce, make sure to subscribe. The final 3 brands are even worse, and what I'm about to reveal will change how you think about Mexican hot sauce forever. Number 5. La Morena. La Morena is a Mexican hot sauce and condiment brand sold throughout America. The brand is owned by a Mexican company but has faced numerous quality control scandals. La Morena produces not just hot sauce, but also canned peppers, beans, and other Mexican food products. The brand appears in millions of American households. Many Americans trust La Morena because it's made in Mexico and carries the perception of authenticity. But La Morena has serious quality problems. In 2019, independent testing revealed that La Morena hot sauce contained traces of pesticides banned in America. The pesticides were used in Mexican farming, but their residue remained in the finished product. Testing found levels that exceed American safety limits. The company claimed the contamination was unintentional, but it reveals the company's poor quality control. La Morena did not recall products or issue warnings to consumers. La Morena also uses excessive preservatives in their products. The hot sauce contains sodium benzoate and potassium sorbate at levels higher than necessary for food safety. These preservatives are linked to health concerns, including reactions in sensitive individuals. The company uses these preservatives at the maximum legal level to extend shelf life indefinitely. This allows La Morena to sell products that have been sitting in warehouses for years. Consumers believe they're buying fresh product when they're actually buying heavily preserved product. In 2021, workers at La Morena's Mexican facility reported that they were handling products that contained visible mold. Workers were instructed to repackage moldy products rather than discard them. The company was more concerned with reducing waste and maximizing profits than with protecting consumers. These moldy products eventually made their way to American stores and into American homes. Health Canada later investigated and found similar issues at distribution centers. La Morena's labeling is deliberately confusing and misleading. Nutrition information is printed in very small text. Ingredient lists use chemical names that most consumers cannot understand. This is intentional. Companies use complex terminology to hide what's actually in products. Consumers purchasing La Morena cannot easily determine what ingredients they're buying. Number 6. Salsa Piccante. Salsa Piccante is a less-known Mexican hot sauce brand available in many American stores. It's marketed as an affordable option for budget-conscious consumers. The brand claims to be authentically Mexican and made with traditional recipes. Many Americans buy Salsa Piccante thinking they're getting value. The reality is they're getting the cheapest, lowest quality hot sauce available. Salsa Piccante contains the lowest grade peppers available commercially. The peppers are often overripe, damaged, or partially spoiled before being processed. Using low-quality peppers allows the company to charge minimal prices, but it also means the final product tastes terrible. Salsa Piccante hot sauce is mostly vinegar and water with minimal actual pepper flavor. Consumers expecting hot sauce are getting liquid with slight pepper taste. The company uses artificial flavoring extensively to compensate for poor quality ingredients. Consumers taste artificial heat rather than natural pepper heat. The artificial flavoring is derived from industrial chemical processes. This is not food in the traditional sense, but rather a chemical product designed to taste like food. Americans are paying for the convenience of instant hot sauce rather than actual quality. In 2020, Salsa Piccante faced a serious contamination issue when glass fragments were discovered in multiple bottles. The company had not properly maintained production equipment. Glass containers shattered during processing and fragments mixed into the final product. Consumers unknowingly purchased bottles containing glass. The company issued a quiet recall without informing the public through traditional media channels. Many consumers never learned about the contamination. Salsa Piccante also uses deceptive packaging. The bottle is designed to appear larger than it actually is. Empty space at the top of the bottle creates the illusion of more product. When consumers open the bottle, they discover it's only half full. This is deliberate consumer deception. The company is using packaging tricks to hide how little product consumers are actually purchasing. Number 7. Maggi hot sauce. Maggi is a global brand owned by Nestle, one of the largest food corporations in the world. Maggi produces hot sauce, seasoning cubes, and other food products sold internationally. Maggi hot sauce is available in America, but is more popular in developing countries. The brand has a reputation for affordable seasoning products. Americans who use Maggi hot sauce often don't realize it's owned by Nestle. Maggi hot sauce contains extremely high levels of sodium. A single tablespoon contains nearly 400 milligrams of sodium. For comparison, the American Heart Association recommends consuming no more than 2,300 milligrams of sodium daily. Using Maggi hot sauce regularly dramatically increases sodium consumption. Nestle is aware of this health concern, but continues using high sodium levels because they make the product cheaper and extend shelf life. In several countries, including India, Maggi products have been banned or heavily restricted due to lead contamination. Lead levels exceeded safety standards. Nestle denied responsibility and blamed suppliers. But the truth is that Nestle cut costs by using cheap suppliers without conducting proper quality testing. The company prioritized profits over consumer safety. Eventually, the products were allowed back on shelves after minimal changes. But the underlying issue was never truly addressed. Maggi also contains MSG and hydrolyzed vegetable protein, which are flavor enhancers derived from genetically modified sources. These ingredients are not listed clearly on labels. They're hidden under vague terms like flavoring or spices. Consumers sensitive to MSG experience negative reactions, including headaches and digestive issues. Nestle is aware of this, but continues using these ingredients because they're cheap and effective at making poor quality ingredients taste better. In 2022, Maggi faced criticism for greenwashing, making false claims about environmental sustainability. The company claimed to use sustainable packaging, but investigation revealed most Maggi packaging ends up in landfills. Nestle makes environmental claims to appeal to conscious consumers while continuing harmful practices. This is cynical corporate marketing designed to exploit consumer values. Number 8. Huichol. Huichol is a smaller Mexican hot sauce brand made by an indigenous Mexican company. It's positioned as an artisanal, authentic Mexican hot sauce. The brand emphasizes its indigenous heritage and connection to traditional Mexican culture. Americans buy Huichol, thinking they're supporting indigenous Mexican communities. The reality is more complicated. While the brand was founded by indigenous people, it's now operating under corporate pressures that compromise quality and authenticity. Huichol sources peppers from small Mexican farmers, which is admirable, but the company has faced quality control issues due to inconsistent supply. Different harvest seasons produce peppers with varying levels of heat and flavor. Huichol products show dramatic variation from batch to batch. Consumers purchasing multiple bottles experience completely different products. This inconsistency indicates inadequate quality control procedures. The company also faces storage and logistics challenges. Huichol hot sauce sometimes sits in warehouses for extended periods. The heat and humidity in storage facilities damages the product. Peppers degrade, flavors change. By the time products reach American stores, quality has significantly declined. Huichol has not invested in proper temperature-controlled storage facilities. This cost-cutting measure destroys product quality. In 2021, Huichol faced an authenticity scandal. Investigators discovered that some Huichol bottles were being filled with non-Huichol hot sauce from other manufacturers. The company had outsourced production to other facilities without informing consumers. Bottles labeled as Huichol were sometimes filled with completely different products from different companies. This is corporate fraud. Consumers were paying premium prices for products that were not actually Huichol brand. Huichol's pricing is extremely high compared to mainstream brands. A bottle of Huichol costs 2 to 3 times more than equivalent brands. The company justifies this pricing by claiming authenticity and indigenous heritage. But investigations reveal the company's profit margins are similar to or higher than mainstream brands. Americans are paying premium prices for artisanal marketing rather than superior quality. The story of these 8 hot sauce brands tells you something critically important. The hot sauce market in America is controlled by large multinational corporations. These corporations care only about making profits. They do not care about authenticity. They do not care about Mexican culture or tradition. They do not care about consumer health. They definitely don't care about supporting actual Mexican communities. They use Mexican imagery, Mexican names, and Mexican heritage as marketing tools while exploiting the very countries they claim to represent. Americans are particularly affected by this because we're paying premium prices for these products. Many of these hot sauces cost significantly more in America than they cost in Mexico or other countries. Americans pay because we believe we're buying authentic Mexican hot sauce. We believe we're supporting Mexican communities and traditions. The reality is we're enriching American and international corporations that have appropriated Mexican culture for profit. When Americans purchase these hot sauces, we're voting with our dollars. We're telling these corporations that we accept their deception. We're accepting artificial ingredients, misleading labeling, and exploitative labor practices. We're accepting that corporations lie about ingredients and origin. We're accepting that consumers are secondary to profits. This has to change. Your best choice is to support smaller, independent hot sauce makers whenever you can. Look for American-made hot sauces or authentically Mexican hot sauces made by small producers. Look for companies that are transparent about ingredients and sourcing. These brands care about quality because their reputation depends on it. When a small company makes a bad product, word spreads quickly online. They cannot hide behind massive advertising budgets. They have to make quality products to survive. If you're buying Mexican hot sauce, check the label carefully. See who owns the company. If it's owned by McCormick, Nestle, Huichol, or another multinational corporation, understand that you're supporting corporate deception. The hot sauce you're buying has been designed to be as cheap to make as possible while selling for the highest price the market will bear. Don't support companies that lie to consumers and disrespect Mexican culture. Look for hot sauces made by actual Mexican companies and families who maintain quality standards. Some brands still refuse to be acquired by larger corporations. These companies make hot sauce using traditional methods and real ingredients. They maintain quality because it's part of their identity. When you buy from these companies, your money actually goes to people who care about their craft. You're supporting real Mexican culture instead of corporate appropriation. If you want to buy authentic Mexican hot sauce, research the brand's history and ownership. Ask at specialty shops for recommendations. Many independent shops carry hot sauces from small Mexican producers. Yes, they might cost slightly more, but you'll be getting an actual quality product. You'll be supporting ethical business practices. You'll be getting what you actually paid for. You can also make your own hot sauce. Mexican hot sauce is simple to make. You need only peppers, vinegar, salt, and garlic. You can blend these ingredients to create hot sauce that tastes infinitely better than any commercial product. You know exactly what's going into your hot sauce. You control the quality, the heat level, and the flavor. And homemade Mexican hot sauce tastes better than anything a corporation can make. The bigger picture is this: Mexican hot sauce is part of Mexican cultural heritage. These recipes have been perfected over centuries. Real Mexican hot sauces are made with respect for tradition and quality. But American corporations have stolen these recipes and degraded them for profit. They've turned authentic Mexican food into cheap chemical products. They use Mexican imagery and names while disrespecting the culture they claim to represent. What happened is that corporations discovered that Americans wanted hot sauce. Instead of respecting Mexican traditions and supporting actual Mexican producers, corporations created cheap imitations and marketed them as authentic. They slapped Mexican names on American products. They used Mexican imagery on packaging. They extracted profits from American consumers while providing nothing of value to actual Mexican communities. This is cultural appropriation, combined with consumer fraud. Now you know the truth. These corporations lied to you. They don't care about quality. They don't care about authenticity. They only care about money. Stop buying from them instead. Support real Mexican hot sauce makers. And until next time.